Life is too short to wake up in the morning with regrets. So love the people who treat you right. Forget about those who don't. Believe that everything happens for a reason. If you get a chance in life, you take it. If it changes your life, you let it. No one ever said life was going to be easy, but it's truly worth it. I believe in you. I believe in this world. I believe this place can change. I believe we can come together. But it all starts with an idea. Last week, I was driving down the service road at Campbell and Coit, or Campbell and 75 in Richardson. And it was before rush hour. There's not cars on the road, really. And I was turning right onto Campbell. And there's a long line turning right. Now, the old me, I would have probably cut through traffic. I probably would have made up oh my gosh, I can't believe this is happening. Oh my gosh, what am I going to do? Just cut through traffic, cut through this, cut through that. But I said, you know what? Something's up. Something's wrong right now. I felt the vibe because I was looking for it. Follow your vibes. Trust your instincts. Do something about it. Do what's right. So I pull up to this line and I see people just getting irritated. Oh my gosh, you're getting into my lane. Oh my gosh. Well, I pull up and there's this car broke down in the front. Taking a right. Flashers on. Right? And I pulled up next to her and I was like, she's like, I don't know. I don't know. And I'm like, look over, hit the right turn, pull into a shell. Now as I'm pulling in the shell, I'm looking around and there's this guy, C&M Tire, where I get my tires done. Love the place, used tires, $30. Right? Why spend $150 on a brand new tire when you can get $30 for a used one? Last half as long, but it's $60 for a repair, half the price overall. You don't really think about that though, no big deal. But here's the deal, this guy was walking over. He was walking to go grab a drink or something from the shell, right across the little street. And I said, you know what, I could probably ask that guy to help me with something. Now the old me would have probably said that and probably would have made a reason not to, and I would have just left altogether, gone over to my friend's house like I planned on because I was in a rush. Big deal, I had to be somewhere, but I didn't. What did I didn't. So I jump out of my car immediately. And I run up to this guy. I said, hey man, will you give me a hand? There's a car broke down over here. He said, where's your car at? I said, man, high energy will help someone change their life. It's ridiculous. I don't know where that guy was. I don't know if he helps people on a daily basis. I don't know, but I needed his help today, that day. So we walk up. He says, where's it at? I said, right over there, man. Come on, give me a hand. We just got to push it over here in the parking lot, man. Come on, man. You got this. So we get up behind it. We walk up to the car, and I said, I'm just fast. You got to put your car in neutral. We're about to push you over. She's like, all right. So we get up behind the car, just start pushing. Wearing loose-toed shoes, Nikes. Shoes start falling off, still pushing, tippy toes. No stopping. Push her up a little bit, takes a right, she comes back in, we pull her into the shell. She parks the car on the side. I look at the guy and I said, really, God bless you, man. I really appreciate your time, man. Really. Thank you. We need more people like you, man. And he said, no problem. Walks inside the gas station. Now again, the old me, even if I would have done something like this, I would have probably said, all right, you're good to go. You got to call somebody. All right, bye. Boom. Left. Because I had somewhere to go. It's more important. So I walk up to the front of her car, and now I look in the back seat, and there was a bright blue Walker. Okay? Bright blue Walker. And I walk up to her window. I said, pop your hood. Not can you pop your hood. Will you pop your hood? Pop your hood. I don't want to answer. I don't want to know. I'm not going to argue with you. So she pops her hood. After reaching down there all, She pops her hood, and I'm looking under the hood. I said, right before that, I said, I don't know a lot about cars, but I know enough. Confidence is key. Honestly, I had no idea what I was doing, but I've done it before. And so I opened her hood up, and I pulled out these little plastic deals where the spark plugs are under. Now, my car, I noticed that one of them was leaking, all this stuff, boom, boom, boom. You can look it up online. I don't know. Not sure how to train a car and all that stuff. So I pulled up these deals, and there's just oil leaking all over them. And I'm like, yo, man, this car's messed up. It's not getting a spark. It was like, but nothing. So I said, okay. And I walked up to the window and I was like, hey. I was like, listen, it's not getting any spark. You got oil in these things. I don't even know. It's not looking good. And she said, hold on. She jumps out of the car. Gets out of the car, hold on the car, walks around the car. And she gets in front of the hood with me. And she said, what? And I said, yeah, these little plastic things right here. You pull them up. And you see that oil in there? That's not good. Okay? But here's the deal. This little gasket thing only costs about $40. All right? And they come with these other gaskets, this and that. But here's the deal. Before I tell you this, you got to be careful where you go. Because unfortunately, car shops will take advantage of women because they feel like you don't know what you're talking about. So if you just come into them with like this, they'll think you like you know everything and they'll treat you right. It's amazing. You don't have to know everything. You just got to know enough. And you got to know where to look. Or you got to know where someone can find you. So we start talking about this and that. And I start telling her about the gaskets and the seals and all this stuff. And she says, you know, it's amazing me. It amazes me that there's still people in this world like you. And I looked back at her. And I said, you know what? We're everywhere. You're right there sitting watching this movie right now. I'm not a special superhuman. I'm not Captain America or Batman. But when I do things like this, I feel like them. I really do. So I started telling her about Imagine MC and how we're on a quest and a movement to change the world. Just by inspiring people to think about the way they think. It all starts with one thing. You stub your toe when you walk into a door. Ow, oh my gosh, this, oh my god, I always stub my toe. That's always there. Why is that always there? Oh my gosh, look at the dirty clothes in the house. Always dirty. Oh, those kids are getting on my nerves. Oh my gosh, my dad, blah, 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 blah. Next thing you know, you're thinking about somebody dying in your family and all that stuff, and it all started with stubbing your toe. Actually, it didn't start with stubbing your toe. It's you're thinking on stubbing your toe. Now imagine walking into a room, stubbing your toe, and being like, ow, and keep walking. No big deal. It's all about how you think. You'd be amazed. Use that negative energy and make it positive. Why not? Love yourself. So we start talking about Imagine MC, and she starts going on this thing about how she's an AA and they could use something like me and somebody like me to come in. And I said, I'll see you when I see you. So I said, hold on just a second. I'm going to go grab you something. So I walk across the parking lot, maybe 50, 60 feet. Go hop in my car. I got these little cards from a little Christian store that say, you know, believe in yourself and all this fun stuff. Kind of cool. And I wrote my phone number and my name and Imagine MC website on the back, and I said, hold on to this. But before I said that, I walk and jump in my car to write this down, and I look over to my left, and there she is. And she's handing me a towel from the little deal where the squeegees are at the gas station. She says, here's the least you can do. I mean, I can do, here's a towel for your hands. And I said, thank you. Very thoughtful of you. I appreciate that. I really do. And I hand her my card, and we walk back, and I give her a big hug. I say, you know what? I believe in you. And I do. I do believe in her. And I told her to stay strong. 3 things. Believe in yourself. You got to find heart in what you do. You don't go to work for money anymore. You don't work for money anymore. Yeah, you get a paycheck, but that's not why you're at work. Number 2, don't care about what anybody else thinks about you. If they're focusing on you, they're living your life. So shoot, tell them to follow you on Twitter if you need to. Most importantly, rule number 3. Keep your mouth shut. My niece and nephew were climbing a tree yesterday. And before he got up the tree, he said, "I did it! I did it!" He didn't do it. And after he said it, he never did it. We all have beginner's luck one time. Because we tried really hard to get it. And after that, we started talking about it. I can do it. I did it. Ah ha ha. And it never happens again. Not because you can. Because you talked. Now, even if you do talk, it's never too late. You have to do good deeds to replace those. It's not a karma thing. Karma doesn't exist, but your conscience does. Follow your conscience by following the vibes. Do what's right. Sacrifice a little bit. Put yourself through pain. You're not going to die. You're not going to die. In fact, when you go through pain, you end up coming out living. Only living people die. If you're not living, you're already dead. Now, the most important point about that story at the Shell gas station is that blue walker. She didn't even use it. When she jumped out of the car and came look at the engine, didn't use it. She walked 50, 60, 70 feet across the parking lot to come hand me a paper towel for my hands, and she didn't use it. She walked 50, 60, 70 feet back to her car. She didn't use it. And the thing is when there's no one to believe in us, when there's no one to be there for us, when there's no one helping us out, we look for a crutch. We look for a reason to stop. Not anymore. Until somebody good comes across, until something good happens, is when you don't use the crutch. Right? Don't use a crutch. So stop using crutches and walk. Because if you keep using crutches, you'll end up in a wheelchair. And that's the truth.